Hello everyone, I'm Cybercoder and this is how you make third or first person movement in under 5 minutes in Unity. Okay, so you're going to start off with a terrain and your terrain needs to have a collider on it. I'm just using a regular box as terrain, so I'm just going to use a box collider. Then you need some kind of player. Your player needs to have a collider and a rigid body. When you have that, create a script called movement and drag it onto your player. Double click to open your script in Visual Studio or IDE of your choice. So here we're going to start off with a few fields. First one's going to be a serialized field of type float, and this is going to be called turn speed and default it to 1000. Then you can just copy this, copy, and rename it to move speed and change the speed to 5. You can experiment around with this after the video. And then do another serialized field, call it, or it should be of type rigid body. Make sure to choose the normal rigid body and not the 2D one. So rigid body RB. Then we're going to cache the rigid body, so awake, or you can use start as well, your call. So RB equals get component of type rigid body, and yeah, that's it. Then update var mouse thanks movement, and that's going to be equal to input dot get axis mouse x. Then we're going to do transform dot rotate, and on the x-axis is going to be 0, on the y-axis it's going to be mouse movement times time dot delta time times turn speed, and on the z-axis it's just going to be 0. That's it for the update method. Now let's create a fixed update, and here we're going to create two fields. Float horizontal is going to be input dot get axis, you guessed it, horizontal, and below that we're going to make another field and it's going to be a float vertical. It's going to be input dot get axis vertical, like that. Right, so next up we're going to add the running, so that's going to be if input dot get key, and it's going to be of type key code dot left shift, and if we get left shift as an input, we're just going to make vertical, we're going to multiply vertical by 2, like that. Then we're going to make another var, and this time it's going to be called velocity. It's going to be a new vector 3, and its parameters are going to be horizontal 0 and vertical, like that. Then we're going to do velocity, not vertical, velocity times move speed times time dot delta. No, actually it's going to be fixed delta time. Right, so next up, vector 3 offset transform dot rotation times velocity, not vertical, velocity, thanks. And then we're going to simply do rb.move position with transform.position plus offset. And that's everything. So now go back into Unity and let it refresh, and make sure that you have all of these 3 fields, and that should be it. If you hit play, you can see that your character turns around when you move your mouse and where it's looking. If you press W, it'll go. If you press S, it'll reverse. If you press A, it'll go, there'll be left and right if you press D. So yeah, that's a very simple system to add a movement system into your game. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again next time. Goodbye!